Hi Stitchy friends, it's me, Sarah. You might notice I'm missing my Stitchy friend Jen today. She's on vacation, so you're stuck with me. Today is July 30th. This is Flosstube number 19, and welcome to our channel. If you're new here, this is a channel about cross stitch. And if you're returning, thank you so much. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video, hit the like button. Yeah, so got a lot of catching up to do. Lots of catching up. So let's start with a personal update. So my summer has been full of a lot of high highs and low lows, and it's been crazy. And it's almost over. I go back to school soon. I'm going to start setting up my classroom on Monday. So just flies past. Anyway, ready to start a new school year. So yeah, when I talked to you guys last, Jen and I had been to StitchCon. We had an amazing time seeing all of our friends and meeting new people and doing all the fun stuff. And then if you remember, I got COVID afterwards, and that was awful. It took me a while to recover from that. I still had a cough up until the middle of this month, but I think I'm fully recovered now, so that's good. So yeah, I had COVID, and I still wasn't even feeling that great in our last video. You probably could tell. And then shortly after that, my father-in-law passed away. So we traveled to New Jersey to attend his funeral, and we spent some time there, and I think it was, good for my husband to be there with his family and, talk to his brothers, and they, trying to settle his dad's estate and everything. We will be going back next month. My daughter will be going back to school in New York, so we'll take her to school and then kind of tie up some loose ends, with his father's things and stuff. So we did that. That was not fun. And when we came back, my two younger kids, I say younger, they're 19 and 21, they both ended up with COVID. A lot of people got COVID after the funeral, unfortunately. So they were really sick for a little while. And yeah, then I went on vacation. So that was wonderful. That was a wonderful thing. My husband and I had a wonderful vacation. I'll tell you a little bit more about it later. But that was a big high for the summer. It was such a wonderful trip, and I don't think I could top it. It's been the best vacation I ever had. And yeah, we came back not too long ago, and I tell you, my summer's been a roller coaster. And then just this past week, one of my son's best friends passed away in a car accident. So we're going to the visitation. I couldn't think of that word. We're going to the visitation on Saturday. Yeah, so that's been my summer. So I feel like it's just been up and down, and now I get to go back to school. But you know what? I'll take school over the up and down. It's not been fun. But, not having a pity party here. I'm just kind of letting you know what's been going on with me. I do have some wonderful, wonderful Stitchy friends who have been there for me this summer. I got a beautiful flower plant arrangement from my Stitchy friends. So I wanted to give a public thank you to Jen and Kim, Allison, Kathy, Sally, Maggie, Holly, and Tammy. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive and there for me this summer. I know we all kind of lean on each other, and that's the great thing about the Stitchy community. I mean, I have some of my Stitchy friends are here. I get to see them. Some of my Stitchy friends I've met once. A couple of them I haven't even met at all, but they're my friends. And so that's the awesome thing about this community. It's not all about the stitching. It's about the friendships that you develop along the way. Anyway, that's me getting sappy. Yeah. Oh, one more really great thing this summer. I mentioned in the last video, I think, that I've been doing a weight loss journey. And so far, I have lost 36.5 pounds. So I've got another like 16 pounds left to go to reach my goal, and I'm feeling great. I have a lot more energy, and I'm hoping that will help me start off the new school year on the right foot and just have the energy to start off the year, you know, in a great way. So yeah, so I did have a couple people ask me what program I'm doing, and I'm not here to promote anything or tell anybody that you should do what I'm doing. Just in case you're curious, I'm doing the Optavia program. It's spelled Optavia. It's not for everybody. It is a very intense program, and you're either all in or you're not. And so, you know, I finally got to a point where I'm like, let's do this. And so that's what I've been doing. So it's been working for me, and I'm very thrilled with my results, and I hope that I can meet my goal soon. So anyway, that's me. That's my personal update. All right, let's talk about finishes. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I am. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it? Hold on one second. I didn't want to forget this. Excuse me, sorry, close up. I don't want to forget this because I know I will once I get into all my stitching. But I have a save the stitches, adopt a stitch type of deal going on here. So before I show it to you, I have a project here that was given to me by one of my neighbors who was in our Stitchy neighborhood group before she moved recently. And she had been given a project by someone she worked with. I guess it was an older person who was retiring. And she had started this project a long, long time ago, but she, you know, had put it aside. And then she said, you know, I'm too old to finish this. I can't see the holes. I can't do this. Would you want to take it and finish it for me? And she was like, yeah, sure. And she did. And then she realized it was on linen. She's an Ada stitcher. And she was like, she's had it sitting in her, you know, in her house for a little while now, and she was like, I'm just never going to get to this, and I don't want to throw it away. I want it to go to somebody who will do it justice and finish it. Can you help me? I was like, yeah, I'm sure I can find somebody who would like to adopt this whip and finish it and cherish it like it should be. So let me show you what I've got here. Sorry for the crinkling. It's in a bag here. Okay, so it is an older pattern. It's like one of those kits. It is, oh, it's a 1991. It's a Janlin pattern. It's called English Cottage Sampler. It's very pretty, very intricate. True to the 90s, there's lots of back stitching in there, but it is, look at that cottage. It is very, very pretty. So it has been started, and, you know, you could choose if you wanted to finish what she started or start it over or whatever. But here's what has been done so far. It's a big piece of fabric. Hold on. Okay, oops. Here we go. So she's got the alphabet, and she even has the back stitching done on it. And so she's got kind of like that middle part almost finished there. There's a box here for your initials and for the date. So you could put your initials and the date you complete it. But her stitching is very, very lovely. It's very pretty. And I think this would be a perfect one for someone to finish if this is something you'd be interested in. So there's that. It is a kit, so it's got the pattern in here, and the floss is in here. So she's got them like on floss cards that are labeled with the colors. She's got a few different ones here. So I believe all the colors are intact. They look very nice. They're still very colorful and bright. So you could probably use these as is. So yeah, that's it. So it's got the floss, it's got the pattern, it's got the partially finished project. So if this is something you would like to adopt and make it your own and finish it, I would love to send it to you. So I guess if you're interested, just make a comment and say the word cottage, COTTAGE. And if there's more than one person who wants it, I'll just do a random comment chooser and I will send it off to you. Please be in the United States because I think this might be a little expensive to try to send overseas. So yeah, I hope somebody would like to take that. because I don't want to throw this away or give it away. That would break my heart. Sorry, I'm trying to fold it up the way it was. I'm going to set that aside and work on it after the video. Anyway, okay. Let's start with finishes. I've got one finish, and this is where I'm going to tell you about my vacation, because this ended up being like my vacation stitch, and it ended up having a whole lot of meaning, which I hadn't intended, but it kind of worked out that way, so it's kind of cool. So anyway, let me show it to you first. I stitched Heart and Hand, the 2022 Collector's Heart. This is actually my first Heart and Hand stitch, and it was fun, and it was easy and quick, and I loved it. I've got some more Heart and Hand patterns, so I definitely want to stitch some more. And it came with the fabric and the little buttons. So let me show you. There it is. I made it into a little pillow. I just put some green fabric on the back that matched the color of the trees there. I didn't really have anything else in stash that worked. I got some pink rickrack trim here. So it says, make life beautiful for others. And I just grabbed this because I thought it'd be an easy stitch for vacation to do in the plane, and we rented a car to do some driving too. So let me tell you first about what we did for vacation. So I'll make a long story short here. We flew out to Vegas. We rented a car from there. We drove to Zion National Park, and we stayed there for a few days at the Cliff Rose Lodge. I don't know if anybody's been there, but it's beautiful. We did some really amazing hikes. If you've been there, we did the Watchman Trail. We did Angel's Landing. We did the Narrows. And we did the upper, middle, and lower Emerald Pools. So we did a lot of hiking there, which I'm not a physically active person. So that was tough, but I did it and I was really proud. So from there we drove to Bryce Canyon, and we did a really long hike. If you've been there, we did the Navajo, Peekaboo, Queen's Garden Loop, which is a really, really long hike, but it's beautiful. And then from there, where did we stay at there? We stayed at the Stone Canyon Inn. That was really awesome. And then we drove to the Grand Canyon. We stayed there for one night. So we didn't go down into the canyon, but we did the shuttle and saw the different viewpoints. And we stayed at the El Tovar Hotel, which is a historic hotel there. It's beautiful. It was really nice. Although I was a little scared because I looked it up online, and there's reports that it's haunted, and there's reports that some people have seen like a man standing over them in bed. So I didn't sleep at all that night. I kept waking up to see if there was something standing over me. So I was really tired the next day. Yeah, so after that, we drove back to Vegas. But on our way, like to and from these places, like on our way from Bryce to Grand Canyon, we stopped at Monument Valley. I guess there was a scene in Forrest Gump that was filmed there. My husband loves Forrest Gump, so he had to go have his Forrest Gump moment. And then on our way from Grand Canyon to Las Vegas, we stopped at the Hoover Dam. So I got to see a lot of things on our vacation. We spent a few days in Vegas. I had never been to any of these places, so everything was brand new to me. We stayed at Resorts World at the Conrad. I guess that's a newer hotel down there. And we saw some shows. We saw Shin Lim. I don't know if you guys saw him on AGT. He's a magician. And we saw the Mad Apple Cirque du Soleil performance. Awesome. Sorry, I'm telling you a big long story. It was awesome. It was just the best vacation I've ever had. It was the first time that my husband and I have gone on vacation, just the two of us, since our honeymoon. So that was really special. We are celebrating our 15th wedding anniversary next month. And so it's kind of an early anniversary vacation for us because we both are teachers and we are both going back to school very soon, and we'll both be in the thick of it by our anniversary. So early anniversary trip. So anyway, all of that to tell you why this became such a special stitch for me. So as you know, we did a lot of driving along the way, and so we did a lot of talking along the way. And, we were kind of talking about our relationship and stuff, because now that our kids are grown and mostly out of the house, you know, it's kind of like time to focus on us and what we want in our lives and our relationship. And so one of our discussions kind of echoed this sentiment. You know, we were talking about how like being in a relationship is making sacrifices and focusing on like what you can do to make the other person happy, not so much, you know, what you want. And so that kind of resonated with this saying, you know, if you're sacrificing and doing things to make your partner happy, you're making life beautiful for them. And so I was like, well, that goes with what we were talking about. And of course the hearts, you know, for our relationship and our love is growing. Sorry, cheesy, I know, but whatever. But the other symbols on here, you know, ended up having some meaning. The trees, obviously, we spent a lot of time in nature, hiking. This little cabin here reminded me of the cabins at Bryce Canyon where we stayed. And here's an interesting story. When we were in Utah, I don't know if you guys have been to Utah before or noticed this, but all the highway signs had bee skeps. Like the number of the highway was inside of like a bee skep shape. I was like, that's weird. I've never seen that before. And it was everywhere. And I was like, there's got to be a reason. Like that's a strange thing to have on your highway signs. And so I looked it up, and what I found on the internet, because you know everything is true on the internet, but I'm guessing this probably is. It said that the beehive or the bee skep it symbolizes the Utah community, as each person in Utah works together to support and help one another and to create a successful industry. I got that right from the internet. And so, yeah, I was like, well, that's cool. So that kind of represents our trip in Utah, which I'd never been there before. And then these little birds, now let me back up a little bit. All of this is I stitched it in the called for DMC, with the exception I made the letters a little darker. The DMC that I was using was a little too light, so I wanted the letters to be a little darker. I think that was 3780. And then these little birds are charted in like a lighter blue. But when we were in Bryce Canyon, I saw these brilliant blue birds, and I happened to know what they were. I'm not a bird person, but I happened to know what they were because of the Lindy Stitches Bird Crush Club, which Jen is part of. And the first bird they stitched was a Stellar's Jay. And when I saw those birds in Bryce Canyon, I'm like, I think that's a Stellar's Jay. And my husband's like, what? Like, what the hell? And so I was like, I'm going to look it up. So I looked it up, and they were Stellar's Jays. And they are just the bottom half of their body is like a brilliant bright blue, and like the top half of their body gets like dark gray and then black, and they got this little like mohawk thing going on. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. So I changed the color of the birds. I happen to have this color in one of my other charts that I brought. I think it's Weeks Dye Works Glacier or Glacial Melt, something about a glacier. And so I subbed that in to make the birds a little brighter blue to represent the Stellar's Jays. And then I put our initials, Sarah and Jimmy, in 2022. So it was kind of fun how that unfolded, and just as I'm stitching, it was like having a lot of meaning for me, and that doesn't always happen. So that was a really cool thing. So that's like our little anniversary vacation memento. Sorry, that was a really long description of my finish. If I'm ever boring you, just fast forward, it's fine. Okay, let's talk about whips. Let's go there first, and then I'll do a haul at the end. Because if you're not interested in that, you can just head off and enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, actually, before I show you my whips, sorry, I'm all over the place today. I did something really awesome. I know a lot of people have already done this. I didn't create this. I didn't come up with it. But my fabric stash was getting out of control. I had it all just stuffed in a bin, and anytime I was looking for fabric, I had to like literally pull everything out, and sometimes there was stuff on the bottom I didn't even know I had. So I think Erin from the Steel City Stitchers, she had posted a video, or she had talked about it on one of their videos, about using those comic book boards to wrap your fabric on. and then store it. So my Stitchy friends, a lot of them have already done that. So they were able to tell me like which comic book boards to get. And we also use these little plastic like alligator clips to clip it onto the board. I know some people use pins, but we were worried that it might make some holes in the fabric. So anyway, I bought 2 big bins from Walmart, and they're perfectly sized for my fabric. So I'm gonna pick up this bin and show you, okay? Kind of heavy, hold on. Take the lid off. Okay. All right, so I've got 2 of these. This is my bin of 40 count fabric. Apparently that's my favorite count. And so, yeah, I put it all on the boards there, and I organized it sort of like in rainbow color. And I'll kind of just show you how that looks. So on the board, I wrapped the fabric. I used the little alligator clips to hold it steady so it's not going to move. And then I wrote the fabric brand, color, and count on the side. So this was one I just recently got. This is Mystic Fabrics in the color I Descent. And it's 40 count for doll. It's beautiful. So yeah, so I just have them all organized in there. That way I can just make sure I put this back in here the right way. Hold on. There we go. That way I can just look in there. I can see all my colors displayed, and that'll be easier for me to kit up my projects. I've got another bin with all of my 36, 32, and 28 count. Same type of deal, though it's all organized in rainbow color, and it's just making my Stitchy heart happy. And also it makes me realize I don't need any more fabric. Is that gonna stop me? Probably not. All right, let me show you my whips. Okay, so this is the Things Unseen Mystery Sampler by Lizzie Kate. We are doing a stitch along. Jen and I are hosting a stitch along with Alexis from Alexis My Amazing World on Instagram and Flosstube. That's what the finished pattern looks like. It is a 3-part set, sampler or mystery sal, excuse me. And so you actually have to buy all 3 because part 1 is just part 1, part 2 is just part 2, and part 3 is just part 3. So you have to have all 3 to get the completed design. So I just love that. It's a quote from Helen Keller. It says, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. So pretty. And I just love the colors. I love those big pink flowers. So let me show you where I'm at. I'm stitching it with the called for fabric. It is 32 count Picture This Plus Ren. And I'm stitching it with all the called for floss. I believe they're all Weeks Dye Works, yes. And I also bought, hold on a second. Oh, it's in my pouch here. I also bought the embellishment pack as well. All of these are only available on 123 Stitch. So you got like the little buttons and beads for the pattern in there. And here's all my messy floss. Hold on. Oh, sorry, that is messy looking, but there's the colors. And I'm using one of my very pretty floss blings that I got at StitchCon. This was from Chris Leedy, the Crisscross Stitcher. Thank you, Chris. And yeah, let me show you what I've got here. So here's where I'm at. Sorry for all the wrinkles. Let me try to pull it straight. There we go. Here's where I'm at. So I've got the top 2 lines of words, and I'm working on the 3rd line, which is like flowers. And then there'll be one more line of text below that, and then I can start on some of those motifs down below, like the big pot of flowers and the house and all that. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It's looking beautiful. A lot of our friends are stitching it too. And if you guys want to join in, I mean, there's no schedule. You can hop in anytime. Just use the hashtag ThingsUnseenSal. I did want to point out one more thing. So on the picture here, you can see that there's a button. That's a button with a little rose on it. Waiting for that to, kind of blurry, sorry about that. Anyway, you can see that's a button. I just assumed it was in my embellishment pack, but that button is not in here. But fortunately, she does chart a flower in that spot. The flower she charts is actually in this greenish color, and I didn't want a green flower, so I just changed it to the pink. And I think it's pretty. So anyway, you just gotta do what works for you, right? Okay. Let me put this away so I don't get all unorganized. Okay. All right, this next one is a really tiny start. It is a Plum Street sampler pattern. It's actually a new pattern, and it's actually, if I'm correct, I believe it's exclusive to Fox and Rabbit for the time being. I don't know if it will be released elsewhere later, but for right now, I believe you can only order it from Fox and Rabbit. So it is a Plum Street sampler called Spring Moon. And you got this adorable, quirky little bunny hopping over the big flower pot on top of the house. I love this giant, tall, skinny bee skep and the big moon. And I like how the flowers are like, they're, what am I trying to say? You know, they're not like colorful. They're like part of the grass. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, you can see what I'm talking about. But I think the colors are gorgeous. And I know it's not spring, but I wanted to start this. I saw this on Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado World's Flosstube. She was stitching and I was like, I gotta have that. So I bought it. And I got a little start on it. I am using, let's see. Oh, my floss is like messy. I'm using all the called for floss. So it looks like there's some DMC, some Weeks Dye Works, and there's some Color and Cotton. Not Color and Cotton, Classic Color Works. So there's the colors. There's like this pretty blue in here. That's looking great, but it's blue. Anyway, there's the colors. I got these floss straps from Etsy, I think, a while ago. And I've got a very tiny start, but a start's a start, right? Right. Okay, so I am using the called for fabric. It calls for Baked Clay by Fox and Rabbit. So I ordered that, and here is my tiny start. I told you it was small. It's small, but it's a start. So I'm working in the flower pot there. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get to work on that a little bit more. And here's the problem. I'm not a good schedule person. I just kind of work on whatever I feel like working on at the time. So I might get to it again soon. I might not. Who knows? One project I have been trying to keep up with, got my Teresa Kogut bag here from Painted Leaf Company, is my Let Love Rain. If you've watched before, you've seen this before. So I'm doing this as a stitch along with my friend Kirby on Instagram. She's Curb Creates. I always say Kirby, but it's more like it's Curb without the Y. Creates. Here it is. It's beautiful. It's huge, and I love it. So, we started this in April. Excuse me, sorry. We started this in April. There are 10 pages, and so our goal was to do a page a month. Kirby and I both got behind in July, and we didn't get July done. In fact, we barely got July started, so we're pushing everything back a month. So our July portion, we're going to now make our August portion. So instead of getting everything done in 10 months, we'll get it done in 11. And that's okay. That's all right. We got to keep up our momentum though. So I am stitching this on 46 count prehistoric, which I believe is Fox and Rabbit. As you notice, I'm doing a lot of fox and rabbit lately. I love fox and rabbit fabric. Say that 3 times fast. Okay. Sorry, it's a huge piece of fabric. I'm trying to like fold it so I can show you just the stitched part. All right, this is what I've got so far. I'm trying to hold it so it's like not wrinkly. There we go. So we got the top there. There's one more page that goes out this way. Got the middle, and now we're going down to the bottom here. So that's all I got done for July. So I'm going to get that done in August, but I'm just loving it. I love the little tiny stitches on this 46 count fabric. 46 count is no joke, but I'm loving how it's turning out. I'm using all the called for DMC. I did change a couple of the colors. I changed the blue and I changed the Oscar to, I want to say 469. I'm not quite sure. If you want to know, message me, I'll let you know, but I don't remember off the top of my head because I'm not very good about taking notes about things. I might have a note here somewhere, I might not. I don't know. Kind of fly by the seat of my pants sometimes. Here's my flosses. I got them on my Black Needle Society floss drops that came with the steampunk box. It's got the little bling here, the dirigible. Very cute. Okay, let's see, what else have I been doing? I'm gonna hold off on that one. I'm gonna show you this one. Okay, so this one is, got it in a sleeve thing here. It is Tellin Emblem Scissor Sampler. You might have seen this one before. I think a lot of people are stitching or have stitched it. It's just gorgeous. It's my first Tellin Emblem. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Rocky Mountain by XG Design. Another one of my favorite fabric dyers. And this, oh, sorry, something just fell. Here's where I'm at. So I've been working on this a little bit this summer. I actually just worked on it last Saturday. I went to the Summer Stitch Day hosted by Keepsakes. It's just like a local, low-key stitching day. You literally just come and you sit with your people and you stitch, and it was awesome. They're actually having another one tomorrow, so I'm going to that too. I can't wait. So there you go. I've got the top part done and I'm moving my way down. Got some of the border going here. So I'm just going to keep plugging away on this one. And I'm just using all of the called for DMC. It's only charted, no, it's got some weeks dye works, but I'm just using the DMC. Okay. Hopefully I'm enabling some of you, because when I watch everybody else's Flosstube videos, I want to buy everything they're stitching. And sometimes I do. Okay. Oh, I got to show you this bag. So I've got my next 2 projects. I've got 2 projects in here. In my new So Much to Love bag, I actually just joined the Bag of the Month Club for So Much to Love. So I get the standard size bag, but I also added on the Sidekick bag as well. And I call it a Notions pouch. And so it came with this too. So it came with a couple other things, which I'll show you with haul, but so cute. I just love little heart attachments. So the first thing I've got housed in here is a new start for me. It's called Summer Refreshes by Summer House Stitchworks. I have the spring and the winter one as well. I haven't started either of those. So I wanted to get one of them started, and so I pulled this one out because I love the colors. I actually did my own Belle Soie conversion, and it was only 3 colors, so I figured, okay, I could do that. No big deal. So here's what I chose. Hold on. So I chose these 3 colors. So 3 Alarm Fire. They're all classic colorworks. This one's, well, they're Belle Soie classic colorworks. This is 3 Alarm Fire, Blue Heaven, and Beanstalk. And I don't know if you've ever stitched with Belle Soie before. This is my first time stitching with it. It's very, very soft. I love it because it's silk. 12 stranded spun silk. It's just beautiful. So I was proud of myself. I did my own color conversion. I think it's pretty accurate. And here's what I've got so far. I've got a small start. I'm stitching this on 40 count Ophelia by Color and Cotton. I had actually started my This Is the Day on here and I didn't like it, so I frogged it all out, and now I'm using it for this. So here's what I've got so far. Just a small start, but I wanted to use all 3 colors to see how that looked. And I think it looks really nice. Very pretty. Obviously, I'm probably not going to get this finished before summer's over, but that's okay. That's all right. And my final project that I'm working on, this was a new start too. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this pattern. It's a new pattern. A lot of people are stitching it because it is amazing. And it's another Plum Street sampler. I don't know what's going on with me and Plum Street sampler, but I'm loving them. And I want to stitch all the Plum Street sampler things. And I'm stitching this one. It's called Live on Little, Plum Street. And look at that. Look at that. It says, how great the blessings and vast the art to live on little with a thankful heart. That is just a great quote. And that is an amazing scene. I love this giant house. I love the ocean scene down here with the whales. Sorry, I feel like that's not showing very well. The whales and the lobsters. You got a little tiny mermaid over here. So that's gonna be a doozy. That's a big one. It's the stitch count is 307 wide by 207 high. So this one's no joke. And I'm using all of the called for Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works, and DMC. And I've started. I'm also using the called for fabric. It calls for 36 count hog bristle, which is a fox and rabbit fabric. I ordered the 40 count hog's bristle. And let me show you what I've got so far. I did a middle start. A lot of times I do top left starts, but lately I've been doing some middle starts because I just like want to get right into the design. So here's what I've got so far. I've got the trees over here, and I've started on that giant house. I wanted to go ahead. It's funny because Jessica from Sweetwater Stitcher said the same thing. I wanted to go ahead and get the roof of the house outlined so that when I go to the summer stitch day tomorrow, I can just fill it in. I don't have to think. And that way when I'm chatting with my friends, I won't have to count and probably make mistakes. So that's what I've got so far. It's beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm trying to get my mom, half of the Painted Leaf Company, to make me a nautical bag, you know, in between all the other bags she's making, right? I don't know if you guys have been looking at her shop. She has been doing some, she did some blackbird bags. She has been doing the Teresa Kogut Halloween Whimsy. Just too many adorable bags. My sister just did some really cute dog bags. And oh, here's my flosses. Oh, so I wanted to show you my flosses because this is very special. Let me brush them out so they're not messy looking. Okay, so I am storing my floss on these beautiful nautical floss drops that I got from my friend Jessica from the Sweetwater Stitcher. It's funny because we both bought this pattern and we're like, oh, we're starting it. And you know, she's another one. She's like Jen. Like I watch her floss too. I'm like, oh, I'm stitching that. Oh, I'm stitching that. Oh, I just bought that. So she's like my kindred spirit. So she sent Jen and I some floss drops that she created and this little floss bling here with the same design on it, so that we could use it for our Live on Little. Oh, and it comes with a little scissors and a little floss bobbin on there too. So very sweet. Thank you, Jessica. That was very nice of you and very kind. You did not have to do that, but I'm not complaining because they're beautiful. On the back has her logo, Sweetwater Stitcher, and then the brand, and then the color / number. I don't know if you guys have watched Jessica. Her channel is called Sweetwater Stitcher. She lives in Florida, and she is a prolific stitcher. I don't know how she gets all of her stitching done, and her finishing. Oh my gosh. I wish she lived close because I need your help, Jessica. She just has great ideas. I'm always copying her. I always want to do everything she's doing because I'm impressed by her. She's got 3 little kids at home and she gets all that done. I don't know how you do it, Jessica. You are amazing and I'm glad you're my friend. Thank you. Okay. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Let me put all this away so I don't lose it. Because now I'm going to show you my haul. I'm looking around to make sure I'm not missing anything or forgetting anything. Because that always happens. If you do Flosstube, this probably happens to you. You get finished filming, you're like, crap, I forgot to say that. But such is life. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about haul. I'm not going to show you everything that I got since I talked to you guys last because that's a lot. So I'm just going to show you some of it. So one thing I got, I ordered this from Lady.Creates on Etsy. It is a scrap bag of Moda wool scraps. It is a giant stack of wool scraps. And there's just every color. Some are patterned. And I thought these would be great for finishes, especially like pillow finishes. Sometimes I'll finish it like this where I leave a hole at the bottom, stuff it, and then sew that up and put a trim on it. But sometimes for the pillows, I like to just sew all the way around and then cut a hole in the back and stuff it that way, and then put like a little patch or something over it so I could use the wool scraps. I can cut it out and just sew it over and do that. I don't know if you guys do that. That's a really easy way to make a pillow. So yeah, so I got all kinds of wool scraps for that. I think I'll never need any more. And I did get more fabric today. This is my Be Stitch Me fabric of the month. This is the neutral club. I do where I get neutral and colors every other month. So this is my neutral and I love it. It's called Morning Fog. It's a 40 count linen. It's just like a real mottled pale like blue. It's coming off more gray on the camera, but it's more blue in person. And I just think it's beautiful. And I'm sure I'll find something to put on it with all my millions of patterns. Okay. All right. So, okay. So this came from the Kitten Stitcher. She was hosting a mystery, it's not a stitch along, like a mystery pattern with the primitive hair. And so you kind of like order it and you don't know what it's going to be. The theme or the title of it is Home is Where My Stitching Is. But it's a mystery because you have no idea what it's going to look like or anything. You just know it's designed by the primitive hair. So I ordered the kit. It comes with the pattern, it comes with the fabric, and it comes with the floss you need. And so if you guys ordered it and you don't have yours yet, you might want to close your eyes because I don't want to spoil it for you. But here is what it looks like. Sorry, it's still in the plastic there. It is a giant house. There's some scissors up above, and on the sides it says, Home is Where My Stitching Is. And let's see the stitch count. It is 135 by 195, so it's kind of big. I like the pattern. I don't want to stitch a giant white house, so I'm thinking maybe a different color house. Not sure yet. The fabric it comes with is 30 count linen in the color Fairy Gray by the Primitive Hair. It looks like that. So yeah. So what do you guys think? Like I said, I don't want to stitch a giant white house. I hate stitching big things with white. So what color would you stitch it? And I don't have to stitch it on this fabric. I could stitch it on a different fabric. I think it's a beautiful pattern. just not into the big white house. Okay, moving on. Oh, so this is something I got with my So Much to Love bags, the Bag of the Month Club. So it comes with a pattern. This one is called Every Heart Beats True. It's by Annie B's Folk Art. You got your red truck there with your flowers and the American flag and the fireworks. So very 4th of July. And it goes with the bag. So yeah, very cute. Very cute. And it also came, let me take this out of here. It also came with some lace and baker's twine for finishing. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little tiny sheep with a little bunting over his back, and it's so cute. So probably won't get to this till next summer. Kind of out of my patriotic stitching right now, but it's so cute. Okay, let's see. What else do I have here? I ordered this. This is from Rebel Stitcher Designs, Colleen. This was one of the patterns she debuted at StitchCon in the Annex. It's called Flowers Grow Back. And it says, flowers grow back even after they are stepped on. How true is that? And so I purchased that from her shop, Rebel Stitcher Designs. And I'm debating, it's stitched with cottage garden threads, I believe. Yeah, cottage garden threads, but it also has a DMC conversion. So I'm debating which one I'm gonna do. So very pretty. I believe there's a Sal for it. I believe the hashtag is Rebel Flowers Grow Back Sal, because a lot of people are stitching this right now. So not sure when I'll join in, but I definitely want to get to this and support Colleen and her new design venture, not adventure. Might be an adventure, I don't know. So yeah, go check Colleen out at Rebel Stitcher Designs. She designs needle minders. She's got stickers that she designs and sells. She's got some fun stuff on there, so go check her out. Speaking of patriotic stitching, I had ordered this. And it came while I was on vacation. It is a Plum Street samplers called Betsy's House. You got Betsy Ross there. You got the flag. Got this house with all these flags popping out up there. So I probably will put this away until next summer, but I thought it was super cute. I have way too many patterns here. Oh, I'll save that for last. No, I'll show it now. Okay. So lucky me, I had won a giveaway on Instagram. So the designer Manny Didana, that's her name right there. That's the company, that's her company, and that's her name, Simona. I'm not gonna try to say her last name. But she had done a giveaway on her Instagram and I won. She was giving away several of her patriotic designs. And so I was super excited to get these. So I'll show you what I got. I got the Flag of Liberty pillow. I love that blackbird there. I got patriotic welcome pillows. I love the one with the sunflowers. I got America and 4th of July pillows. So these last two had 2 designs in them. I like the America with the different blocks. I got, well, this one's got 4. I got the Americana sewing set. So it looks like you got like a notions thing, a needle pouch, scissor fob, and it comes with this little wooden embellishment that says Old Glory. And I got a 5th one. This is my favorite one. It's called Liberty Lane Pillow. I love stitching houses. And these little patriotic houses with these little, this little sheep, there's 2, there's one over here, are just adorable. So thank you, Manny Didana. Go check out her shop. She is on, she's on Etsy, I believe. She also has a website, www.mannydidana.com. And I believe her designs are on 123 Stitch as well. And you might be able to get them from your LNS. So very pretty. Let's see what else I got. All right. why I buy all these, because Expo's coming and I know I'm gonna want to buy all the things. So anyway, I had gone to Stitcher's Paradise when I went to Las Vegas, which was pretty cool. And I bought a couple of charts. I got this one by Artful Offerings. It's called Tomato Garden Adventure. So I have 4 of her charts. I stitched the Valentine's one that had the bunnies and it said love is patient, love is kind. I've got the patriotic pinwheel one, and now this one. I love this. I love that his hot air balloon basket is a watering can. I just love these darn little bunnies. They're so cute. So I bought that. I also, when I was at Stitcher's Paradise, I bought this chart. I'd seen this stitched up, I believe it's on the brag table at StitchCon Weekend A. It is a Jenny Bean chart. It is called Jenny Bean's Halloween Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. And there it is. I feel like everything's kind of blurry today. Sorry about that. Not sure why that's happening. Anyway, it says, when I am dead and in my grave and all my bones are rotten, if this you see, pray think of me or I will be forgotten. A little morbid, but I like the sampler nonetheless. And the cool thing sort of about it is that it came with this Gentle Art limited edition sampler pack. So all of these limited edition Gentle Art colors. And I love the names of these. There's Nightmare, Swamp Water, Zombie Flesh, Sarcophagus, Burial Ground, Dried Blood, Parched Bones, Witch's Wart, and Coffin Lid. Very interesting colors. The only thing that I'm not crazy about, and I'm sure I can figure it out, sorry for the crinkle, is that the colors are not, the names of the colors are not posted or written on the card. So that kind of stinks. I'll probably have to write it in. However, it does, sorry for the crinkle again. It does tell you on here, like it says Nightmare is black. So I can figure out which one of these is black, right? So I think by the color descriptions, I can determine which one is which. I just got to work for it. I like when things are already done for me. I'm a little lazy that way. Okay. Oh, this one I borrowed from my friend Maggie. Maggie with an I. Hi, Maggie. She sent me this pattern that she had stitched. It's another Plum Street sampler. It is called Goat Load. And I'm going to make this as a companion to this because when my husband and I were hiking in Zion, we saw a big group of mountain goats. So that's going to be reminiscent of my vacation too. So I'm going to stitch it with similar colors and put those together somewhere. So cute. I've never stitched, she's got a whole bunch of these like stacked animal. I don't know exactly what the series is called, but she's got these stacked animal series. So she's got different animals, like there's one with like deer, and it's called Rack Stack. Very cute. They all have cute little names. Oh, and my friend, she sent me this cute little sticker, David from Schitt's Creek, Radical Feminist. I love stickers. I never use them because I don't know what to put them on, but I love looking at them. Okay, I'm gonna move on a little faster. Sorry, I'm probably boring you to tears. Here was another patriotic purchase I made. This is With Thy Needle and Thread, 4th of July. Got Uncle Sam there. I love his wispy beard using that whisper floss. So cute. And some of these are patriotic, so well, these two are. I'm going to save them for next year. Oh, I love this one. Another Plum Street samplers. Always remember. I love that giant pink house and those eagles. I did order a Christmas pattern here. Oh, a couple Christmas patterns. I wanted to do Jolly July. I didn't. But I have patterns when I'm ready. Not that I don't have things I already started. So this one is called Merry One. I actually got this from Rebel Stitcher when I ordered her Flowers Grow Back. So cute. I just love the primitive Santa and the deer with the like the quilt squares on him. the stars or whatever. Very cute. I got, speaking of Santas, I've never stitched a Prairie Schooler Santa, so I ordered a few from 123. They were doing like a sale or something. I got this one. This one is 2021. I love animals. If it's got animals on it, I want to stitch it. This one is 2020. I love those bunnies. And this one was 2016. So I'd like to stitch up some Santas soon. Oh, and I got a little Santa from Lizzie Kate. It's one of the snippets. It's called Celebrate 15. So I guess it came out in 2015. So cute. And I've got one more pattern here to show you. So I ordered this pattern because my stitchy friends and I, the ones I was talking about earlier that sent me the flower arrangement, we're going to do a round robin stitch along. And we're all going to be stitching the same pattern, but we're going to be stitching on each other's. I don't know if that makes sense. A few other floss tubers have done it. They probably can explain it better. But here's the pattern, first of all. It's a heartstring samplery love letter to the Cross Stitch Nation. And it's this design with all of these hands with hearts. And I just think it's adorable. So we are going to stitch it. So we'll each stitch a hand on each other's projects. And by the time it comes back to us, we will have a finished piece that all of our friends have worked on. So it'll have a lot of meaning to it. So I'm looking forward to doing that with my friends. I'm hoping these hands aren't too big. Let's see what oh yeah, the stitch count all together is 90 by 77. This will be an easy one. So I can't wait to start this with my friends. Love this one. Has anybody stitched this? Have you changed any of the colors? I love it. I'm not going to change the hand colors, but I might change the sleeve colors on mine. Some of them seem a little light. Anyway, I think that's all my haul. Oh, that was a lot. Oh, one more thing. I got my Black Needle Society box. I don't want to show you my address or anything, but got the Black Needle Society box the other day. This is the Christmas in July. It is killing me not to open this because I'm waiting for Jen to come home from vacation. She comes home on the 1st. I'm going to ambush her when she comes home. I don't care if you're tired, Jen. You're going to come and open this darn box with me because she got hers too. And I'm being nice. I'm doing the nice thing because we're both reps and we should both be on the video. But it is killing me not to open this. I did consider opening it and just peeking at everything and then like packaging it back up and acting surprised when we videoed, but I'm not a very good actress, so I thought maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. So Jen, when you get home, we're filming. I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you got things to do. We're opening this box. And if you guys have already got the box, don't tell me what's in it. I don't want to know because I would be surprised. Okay. I feel like there was a lot of things to talk about and do, and I think I got everything. If I didn't, it doesn't really matter. You won't know. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're having a great summer. I hope you are enjoying your stitching, whether you're doing Jolly July, whether you're starting on your fall stitching, whether you're just stitching whatever the heck you want, like I'm doing, whatever. I hope you're enjoying it. I'd love to hear about what you guys are stitching or see it. If you want to tag me on Instagram, that'd be great. On Instagram, I'm Stitchy Sarah Reads. Jen is jen.nasca. That's her last name. It's like NASCAR without the R. And then our channel Instagram is stitchy_friends. I am a little behind on responding to the comments from the last 2 videos. As I described before, it's been kind of a crazy time. So I'm still working on that because we had a lot of comments. I love you guys. Thank you. We love the comments. It's just taken me a little bit of time to get to them. So I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm getting to it and I'm trying. If you'll just have a little grace with me lately, I'm trying to catch up on things. So, all right, this is an hour. I will stop talking. I hope you guys are having a great rest of your summer, and I'll see you guys soon.